Hi everyone. Um, my name is Leslie Herr and I am the instructor for this course. And here is my welcome message that you should get just by bringing up this course. Okay, and so there'll be two messages here. One is a welcome message, and then the other is, well, another sort of welcome message, different kind, um, and one that says no matter how many mistakes you make or how slow you progress, you are still way ahead of everyone who isn't trying. And so I want to encourage all of you to try throughout the semester and keep trying. So that's the way I want to start the semester. So that's why I put this here. Okay. And here is a link to the syllabus, and so that you can get started. However, what I want to do first before I talk about the syllabus is I want to go to the content here in D2L for this course. And to do that, you can click here, but I also want to show you can click here and then click on content, and that will take you over to the content. Okay, and we can click here for the getting started module since you're just getting started with the semester. Okay, and I created this little diagram here just to show that this class is really about a number of things. It's about Microsoft Access, which many of you are expecting to take and learn about, but it's also about the user experience once an Access database is designed and the design cycle of a development of a database in Access or whatever. So Access is something that you take to learn the introductory concepts of database. So welcome to all of you. So as I said, here in the Getting Started module is the syllabus, and so you can click on it and it will pull it up. I'm not going to do that right now. Here is also a link that will take you to your you setting up a link for your ebook, and also for MindTap and practice trainings and quizzes and things like that. And then here is a video about how to get that all going. That's a video that Cengage, the publisher for your textbook, has created. So you can get moving on that because you need to set that all up in order to do this class. So next I want to talk to you about screencasting. Okay. So here is information about how to create a video that shows what's on your screen. Many people can create videos on their cameras and things, on their phones and things, but to be able to create a video where it shows what you're doing on the screen, many people don't know how to do that. So this is information about how to do that. And the reason why I give you this information is because if you're having trouble in Access, you can create a short video and post it, and I can look at it and see what your problems are and quickly be able to give you feedback on how to fix the problem. And also this one of your assignments for this week is to introduce yourself via creating a video. So this is one way to create a video that you can post and use to introduce yourself. Okay? So next, I want to talk about this module right here, how to be successful in this class. And I really do encourage you to read this over. Um, I think it's exceedingly important. Over the semester, I've taught many students, and they've told me much of what works and how to succeed in my class. One of the most important things is positive self-work and keeping on evaluating what you're doing, making sure to ask questions. Scheduling is really, really important, making sure that you have consistent time to work on your homework, and preferably in the beginning of the week so that you have plenty of time to ask questions during the week and get a response back. So anyway, I encourage you to read these all of this. And down here are letters that students from previous semesters have written to you about how to be successful in my class. Okay. So that's about about being successful. And then next, I want to go to the structure of these weekly modules. Okay. So here's week 1, for example, this first week. And what I want you to notice is that inside of each week, I have 2 different submodules. I have one that's for thinking about starting. In other words, encouraging you to start thinking about, oh, this assignment is coming up and it's due in the future. And to be able to include that in your thinking about scheduling, because maybe that assignment is a larger assignment, and that's why I list it here in this module. So I would list it down here. And then I also have a due at the end of the week checklist, and that's just a checklist of everything that will be due. And so you can see that if I have this, I can have this, let's see, so I'll do this. And so now when I have the table of contents clicked, then it shows all of the, main modules. And so each of these are main modules. They're done by the week. And then within each week, I have submodules, thinking about starting and due at the end of the week. And the thinking about starting has a list again of all of those that are those assignments that are coming up that I want you to think about starting. And then these are the ones that are actually the list of what's due. So I'll go ahead and pick another one, or actually I'll come over here and I'll just scroll down. So this is week 1, and so here's a description here, and then here's where if there was anything that would you'd need to be starting thinking about doing, I would list it here, but not for this particular first week. Then here is a description of each item. And then down here is the list of what you want to accomplish. Okay, so hopefully you understand that, and that's pretty clear. So here I'll pick another week, like week 5. Again, think about starting. Now here it has 2 items. It says that you want to think about starting. And then down here, after the description of each item, is the actual item and a link to those items. Okay. So now you've seen how each weekly module is structured so that you can find what you need to get your work done. And then after each week, there are 15 weeks in the semester always, okay? Then here, there's a module that has some example final projects. There's a rubric database, which you will learn more about later on. And then some videos that I've posted in extra resources. And then finally, SAM links. So sometimes you may want to do some practice training, or you can't find you're a little behind on your work and you can't find where a certain quiz is, and so for SAM, and so you can come here and find them, and they're all right here. So you don't need to worry about trying to figure out, now which week did I, which week was it that was assigned. You can just come down here and find it. So anyway, that's where everything is. Okay. Now, one of the things that I want to make sure that you understand is that if you have any questions, you can come up here to activities and discussions. And then right here under questions and announcements, I have a place in here where you can click here, and then you can start a new thread and ask a question. Okay. And I really do prefer that if you do have a question, instead of emailing me, if it's not something that's personal, like about your grades or something that relative to some issue that's come up in your personal life, I really prefer that you post the question here so that other students might benefit from your question as well. So just want to make sure that you understand that. So let's go back to where we were before in the content, okay? So that you have some bearings. I don't want to get you lost here. So again, this is the content that we had talked about, okay? So now what I want to do is I want to go over how to find things that you want to find when you can't find them necessarily here. Let's say you need to do a quiz or hand something in. So you've seen that here's the content, okay? And you can't, I didn't really fill out all of the requirements in the calendar, so you can refer to the calendar, but I didn't set everything up for the calendar. Then there's the class list you could go and look at. You can, if you want to, load files in here. Let's say you're out somewhere and you don't have a place to put your files, you can upload them to here. That's fine, and just have them as a storage place. Okay, here's where you would you can click on upload. Yeah, so just so you know. And then over here under activities, assignments is where you would hand in something that is due. Here is discussions, which I showed you before. Here is quizzes. We won't use groups or surveys this semester. So I'll go to assignments here, and you can see that here are a list of assignment folders where you can hand your assignments in, okay? And then here, again, here is discussions, and this is, again, I put this at the top, the questions. If you have any questions, you can post them here. And then here are the other discussion topics that you'll want, that you'll respond to throughout the semester. Okay. And then I'll go to quizzes here. Okay. And here are all of the different quizzes. Okay. One thing that I want to make sure that you understand is that if it's an essay, if it has essay in front of it, then you can post all the questions you want in the questions and announcements topic in D2L in discussions, because even though they say they're labeled a quiz, you can still ask as many questions as you want. You can say what you've got and is this right? All that. These are quizzes. They're not really quizzes. They're just assignments that are in the quiz feature. And the reason why is because they're a lot easier to grade. So that's why I put them here. So I just want you to know that if it has an essay in front of it, you can ask all the questions you want. Really, I can't think of anything in this course that you can't ask questions about in the discussion board. So just so you know about that. And then progress, you can go here to grades and see your grades. And yeah, so that's another option. And here is the resources, and here is an online writing center, which is something that you'll need to know where to go to. But you can, this is all resources that are available for you, as well as here is tech support. Okay, so just want to make sure that you're aware of that. Then finally, the last thing that I want to do is go over a little bit of the syllabus. So I'm going to go back here to course materials and content. And I'm going to come here to getting started again, and I'm going to click here, and I'm going to open the syllabus. Okay, so I just clicked on it and it opened it. Okay, so anyway, you can download it if you want by clicking here and clicking on download, and it won't go away. Oh, there we go. Anyway, the thing that I want to make you aware about this is if you do download it, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can, just a second. Okay, so the thing I want to make you aware of is that here you can, well, I found that Control F works, and then you can come here to headings, and you can see all the headings for all of the syllabus. Now the syllabus is long. I think it's 31 pages, and everybody will be like, what? But the reason why it's 31 pages is just because I try to put in here all the questions, answer all the questions that students have had in the past. So I try to be as thorough as possible, okay? Like, for example, I talk about questions and announcements here, and, the discussion forum, and how to get there, and how to subscribe. So it's hopefully a fairly thorough syllabus for you. And again, you can come over here and just jump to the topics that you want to read about. Although I encourage you to make sure that many of the topics in here are really useful information, and I do hope that you will read it, as much of a pain as it may be to read 31 pages. Yeah, so anyway, I'm almost at 20 minutes, so this video has become a snoozer at 20 minutes. So I'm going to stop. Again, if you have any questions, make sure that you post in questions and announcements. Thanks so much.